Greetings, lovely listeners. I'm Goddess Aroya, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to Elevate and Dommenate, the place where power meets play.
Hello, darlings. I'm Mistress Odessa, and alongside the incredible headmistress Kayla and Goddess Aroya, we're your guides into the captivating world of alternative dominant women.
That's right. Whether we're exploring the intricacies of dom-sub relationships or celebrating the sheer strength of women, this podcast is your VIP path to an empowering and unapologetically bold journey.
We're not holding back anything, shedding light on the real stories in the sex work industry to share our own experience and insights.
So buckle up, because you're in for a thrilling ride filled with enlightenment, entertainment, and empowerment.
Get ready to be captivated by our conversations, where every episode is a celebration of the extraordinary and the fearless.
Welcome to the Elevate and Dommenate Podcast. Welcome to the Elevate and Dommenate Podcast. I am Goddess Aroya.
I'm Mistress Kayla.
I'm Mistress LA.
And I'm Mistress Odessa.
Hey, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about so many different things. We had I had the lovely honor of speaking with Mistress LA this week, and we got into a deep conversation, and we were supposed to do like 30 minutes, but it ended up being like 55 minutes, and it was really good. And I think it's a great conversation for us all to engage in. And then and then so we're gonna have her speak about that, and we're gonna kind of connect on that as well. And then it is our favorite person's birthday. It is Odessa's birthday. She does not like to be
For a second, I was like,
I was not gonna go but it's someone's born day.
almost.
And
so what I want for my almost born day is for everyone to send all of us tributes. That's the goal. That's what I want. So.
Yeah. You can go on to dominate.com and right away there's like tributes, and it's her birthday. So don't forget that. Don't be cheap.
And like I said, for my birthday, I want it for everybody. So you got to send extra, because I'm splitting it with everybody that's here on this couch now that she sits down. So, hey.
Yes. So yeah, we're just gonna engage in some conversation. I think she even had a conversation with Troy. Yeah. And we are gonna be putting those up on our Patreon as separate conversations beyond the dungeon, beyond being here at Venus and Bells, the lovely Venus and Bells, which we do have a party tonight too.
Yeah, we have a party tonight from 8 to 12. I don't know what I can say.
Do we still have tickets?
Do you want a raffle?
Oh, we could do that too.
Raffle?
Ooh, yeah, I had came up with an idea, and I threw it online. It was a raffle. You can raffle by making a tribute. You have to follow each one of us on Twitter and on TikTok, and then you would have to tell 2 people to do the same, and then we will raffle off a 10-minute play session, and we'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at the play
I love
session
that.
there. Yeah.
Awesome. And and then we'll link.
Yes, you'll be linked.
Everyone. So
We'll link you to the situation, but it is really to bring you on over here to Venus and Bells to enjoy a good time and have some adult playtime.
Yeah. It'll be fun tonight, so you guys should come out. We're gonna celebrate Odessa. And it'll be awesome.
We celebrated Mistress LA a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And she has a video that's going viral right now.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah. From the party.
Crazy from the party.
No way.
The wedgie one.
No way.
Yeah, it's going up.
Did you see that I tagged you when someone was like, "Can I be next?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm sure we can set something up for you." No problem.
I'm excited about
that's amazing.
I'm excited about how things are going for you on Twitter. You seem to be going up pretty fast. Yeah. You and you. I watch everybody's page. Of course, I gotta learn how to get on there. I'm on and off. you guys are growing. Like, I see it growing every day. So
well, I have to shout out the promo girl that's behind that, which is Alyssa Black. She's the reason. So
the girl that you put us in contact with. Yeah, she
super, super awesome.
Yeah. You know, awesome. I actually turned my notifications off because when she started to promo, because I also have yours on my phone, I was like, I turned off the Twitter notifications. So thank you so much.
That's dope. That's dope.
Well, she was promoting you as well.
Yeah. I do recall that.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to turn it over.
Thank you. Yeah. But thanks. So I would say you're like one of the newest girls to come to Venus and Bells.
Yes.
So tell us about yourself, boo. Yes. I'm all nosy. Tell me more.
Just what do you want to know?
Well, so this
isn't. Get started?
Yeah, like this isn't the first place that you worked at, was it? Or
no, this is the first dungeon that I worked at.
Awesome.
I've been in solo dolo up until now.
Yeah.
So
amazing. When did you get started? Like.
In sex work or in domination?
Whichever.
I started in sex work at 18, and then I started learning to dom at 23. So it's been a long journey.
Yeah, but you're killing it.
And what are you finding to be your specialties?
For whatever reason, I attract a lot of sissies, which is fun.
Sissies are so fun, though.
Pegging seems to be one that's up there, but I have fun with that one. I'm big into the mental, so. I love to know all of them, and I want to get into your whole brain.
Yeah, I've heard you giggle. I'm like, ooh, there it is. I'm like, ooh, that's dangerous.
Yes, I genuinely enjoy it.
I love that. And you're obviously very good at wedgies.
Yes.
Yeah. Check out that video, guys, for sure.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So how did you get introduced to Venus and Bells?
I know one of the co-owners, and I've known her for a long time, and so that's how I came here. I've been looking for a dungeon for a couple years, though, and it just nothing ever really made sense. So
really,
yeah.
Were they mainly here in LA, or were they outside of LA?
They were here in LA. I am very energetic. Like, I'm a very energetic, believing person. That's probably sounds absolutely crazy, but
no.
So I don't know. I waited for the universe to tell me where to go.
I think that's
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
The universe always leads you to the right group of people with the right energy that you're looking for. When you're when you set your intentions.
Yes.
And you seem to be really intentful. I love that.
Yeah, very driven.
And you always have wonderful makeup. What's your background in makeup?
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby?
Yeah.
Really? You never did makeup before?
No.
Really?
No, I'm a cosplayer.
Okay.
I do cosplay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you start in cosplay?
I saw it a couple years back on TikTok, and I was like, hey, that looks fun. So I taught myself in 3 months how to do makeup, and now I just do it.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
I'm an artist, so I just kind of this is boring. So now I do nails. So I was going to say, you do nails
too, right? I should have came to see you this week, girl.
Yeah, I do nails now.
What sign are you?
I'm an Aries.
Yeah.
Aries
are a jack of all trades. I have a lot of Aries around me, and Aries usually have a lot of trades, and they're usually good at a lot of things, and you can switch and pivot
yes. And we're fun once the door closes, right?
Yeah. That's fun.
See that?
Yeah. In all areas, yeah.
So we came here so we were going to talk about Domme Drop,
right?
And Dom space too. And I think it's really interesting, before we really get into it, that before we started the show, said that you've never experienced Domme Drop.
Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting. How long have you been in the business?
I want to say 9 years or something.
And you never experienced that?
You guys are talking about coming out of what would be the opposite of coming out of subspace, right? Feeling a sadness. Is that what you mean?
Kind of, not.
I've actually never heard the term, and then I was just making an assumption. Maybe I should have fucking asked.
It can be sadness, yes. So it's the crash from the high of being in Dom space.
That's what I thought. Yeah. No, I've never felt a crash.
For everybody, it's kind of different.
Or if I have, I just haven't noticed.
Yeah, if you have
Jim.
I have to sleep the next day.
And water?
Yeah.
And I need a lot of protein.
For me too?
Yeah, for sure.
So
She said it's usually like right after the day after.
I'll get tired.
Yeah.
Like my energy feels depleted.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like sad or anything.
Not everybody feels sad, especially when you're extremely grounded in self and you're really energetically aligned. This is the difference that I've noticed between when I used to do it and I wasn't as open spiritually as I am now, and how I feel now. Now I just get really tired and I have to like sleep for the whole day the next day, which is not normal for me because I'm like go. But that's about it. Before I would get sad. I would feel like a horrible person.
Really?
I'm like, I'm such a bad person. This sucks. I don't know why I'm doing this. It was. There's a difference, right, between when you're not healed and when you're healed.
Yeah.
Interesting. So wait, how do you feel like with like events like tonight? Because I know like you're busy, so it's like back to back sessions. You know.
The next day is rough. I'm like, okay, just leave me alone. Don't talk to me. I just want to sleep. I have to have a massive protein breakfast, which is usually beans, eggs, and bacon. It's always my go-to. I don't know why. But
it works.
Beans, eggs, and bacon. That's serious protein right there.
Oh, yeah. And then it's cool for the day. I'm just like, all right, cool. I just low energy and I just vibe through my day.
She's counting her stats. She's like,
yeah,
that's a good day. Recovering real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have a ritual that you do your day after?
The day after, I mean, I get pretty tired too. Thank you.
Can I have some tissue, please, Jim?
I love it when I can have ice. I never get ice water anymore.
Really? I hate ice.
Yeah. I love it. But anyways, but yeah, no, I get like really tired sometimes, or I feel like I really don't want to do anything. But I've been trying to like make like a ritual or something when I get home. So typically I do like sage. Like shower as soon as I get home, or even here, and then I'll like try and sage. I've been trying to like get into like making a tea or something, but then I'm like too tired to do it. But so I feel like I need to find a little bit more of like a balance, because sometimes I'm like, I'll get home and I'm like, okay, like let me get onto loyal fans. I'm like, it's what I am. I shouldn't be doing that.
Because you're still amped up, right?
Yeah.
You know, and
that's the best time to go hiking.
I'm scared to hike at night, though.
Not at 1.
There's some animals. You can go on the beach. I don't even know what's going on there.
Thank you. I have really been wanting to just, like, I am bursting with excitement. Like, this past week, we already talked about what happened. And this week, like, I've just been, like, wanting to, number one, I could not wait till Friday, which is never a thing for me. It's usually like, okay, I gotta go to work Friday. Okay. But now tonight, like, I feel the energy of like all the week of playing, like doing distance domination on the phone and feeling like this exhilarating feeling and not having a place to just let it go. Like, after that, I'm just like, okay, well, I did that for you, but what am I doing here?
Masturbation.
Masturbation. And exactly, because it's so exciting, right? Oh my goodness.
You have to, as the top, you have to have that release, even if it's self. You have to.
Oh my goodness. And it was like, I kept saying, it's like, I don't want to fuck.
No,
but
you just need a nut.
And I was like, exactly, that's what it was. And I was like, I could even be flogged. I could take extreme flogging. I was like, feeling myself being flogged. I was like, oh my God, what is going on with me? My fucking fingers are tingling. Like, somebody's gonna get it tonight.
Yes.
Like, in a good way, though. Like, a really, really fucking good way.
Yes.
It's gonna be good.
Amazing.
I need birthday swing, so.
Girl, you don't get
she get all the subs to like get up and we off the spank
that was my plan for sure.
And they can like pick like hand, paddle,
or I can pick.
Yeah.
They have to do it that.
I like that.
But no, that smile's too big. I don't know if I want you to.
I don't think you want to. So I think something else just happened too, at the same time. But yeah, I don't think you. I don't know if you want to be. Well, you might.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
One time I had an iron date, and I forget who it was. Girl, I'll just FaceTime you. But like, I left with like bruises on my ass. It was like so much fun, but I was like, oh yeah, okay. I was like, maybe don't go to a professional for that. Stick to the boyfriend. But what about you? Do you have any like rituals like when you get home?
I always go home and I sage. But you know how I put everything like in a kennel?
Yeah.
So I'll like sometimes like take the shit that I'm putting like if say I'm doing like roses and like sage and like whatever, I'll take some of it and I'll like shower with it. I'll like mix it with my soap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's good. But
I always sage, always shower.
Oh, that's interesting.
So-
I started saving all my like ashes from the sage, and I was like, I don't know why, but I was like, there's got to be something I can do with it. That's like not a bad idea.
Yeah,
though.
you
Like,
can use it to make black salt.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
protection salt.
really?
Yeah.
You can do that. I'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah.
I just had someone buy me some, but if I
Yeah.
can make it, that's cool.
Have you? We just kind of like off the subject. But have you guys ever heard of like ash play? Like,
Oh, like
Yeah.
ash?
yeah, with ash.
Yeah.
Ashes.
Yeah,
Like
like
drawing
rubbing
on
it-
each
Hot
other.
ash.
Yeah.
Oh. Whew. I'm just learning too much. And
You might
I'm
be,
serious.
You might be a
That
little bit of a
excited me.
sadist
I was
there, man.
reading. I might be. I might be, and I didn't really think I was, but in ways like a lot of that stuff is coming up lately.
Make sure you definitely research that though.
I
Impact play.
am.
Wait, research
I
what? Sorry, I
definitely-
missed
The
it.
impact play because that
Oh yeah,
impact
for sure.
play.
Yeah.
that
I've been
space is
researching that
pretty
for
deep.
quite some time. That's why like the collaring. I I videotaped it. There was a moment, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I literally lost it, and I was like, "Pull back, bitch."
Wait, I videotaped it.
No, you didn't get that part, girl. I'll show it to you on the video. I was just like I had him on the floor, and I was like doing this, and then I started thinking of the things that he didn't do on time,
Oh shit!
and I was like, take a breath, take a big inhale, and I was like, what? And I was like, whew. And then I did it again. I was like, okay, bitch, pull it back, like chill.
But I bet he loved it.
He did.
See, and like I think that's what Troy and I were like
Yeah.
kind of getting into is like not like the flow, like I like to call it flow state, but like that flow state of like you're able to read the energy to like I know you're gonna love this, and also you did me wrong a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
So I think that's probably just more so what you're experiencing.
Yeah.
You're leaning into that shit a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the more primally submissive they are, the more that taps into your primitive dom side of you. So it's definitely fun. Impact play is fun for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it.
Oh my goodness. So we brought you here. I had a few questions. I have them in here, and we already kind of covered a few of them. But so let's talk about tips. Tips to treating, because you have submissives. You have a few different submissives, right?
I do have a stable, yes.
And so I
Stable,
wanted to.
I love that.
I know.
I love that. It's stable.
Like, what's the dynamic between the two of you? Like, how many? Number one, how many do you have? In
I
your
can't actually
stable?
disclose that because a lot of the ones in my stable are not as deeply involved as the one
Okay.
that you guys know.
I like that.
So we'll just pretend like it's just the one.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
The one we know?
Yeah.
yeah.
He's so nice.
He is
He's
very
like a little
nice.
sweetie pie.
I
Such a
know.
good boy.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, yes, okay, whatever you want.
Yeah, he definitely does represent you well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a very
he
good
does.
boy. So, what do you want to know about the dynamic?
How did you how did you acquire and then when did it begin? And maybe a few of the.
Okay, so he's been in process of ownership since February. He was my first session here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was actually one of the first bookings that I had here, which is awesome. And then he, on his own, made the decision to, hey, okay, well, this is kind of what I'm looking for. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, this is my process. And he's like, okay, so now we're here, almost 3 months in. And we're coming up to our 3-month evaluation to where I can tell him, okay, this is what I like about our dynamic. This is what I don't like, and vice versa.
Oh, dope.
I like that.
I do too.
That's where we're at. We
Where's my
just
notebook?
did a chastity exchange where he gifted me his key, so we're at that point right now. I don't consider that ownership, even though I know a lot of people do. I consider the collar more of the ownership part of it.
Yeah, agreed though.
Yeah.
So that's just that.
I would love to hear more about your vetting process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 24/7 or
for 24/7.
It's a year long.
Oh.
And that's to be possibly considered to be owned, and and it goes in 3-month increments. So every 3 months we do a reevaluation where we sit down, we discuss what we want to take out of and what we would like to add to, where communication needs to be increased, where it needs to be decreased, how boundaries are being respected, so on and so forth. And then if we decide that everything is good, we fix the contracts, and then we move on for another 3 months, and we go from that point up until a year. And at the year point, I'll go, okay, am I impressed enough by you to fully collar you? Have you added value to my life in a way that has grown my empire and grown your own?
Love it.
Yeah.
So
Love it.
Rub some of that.
I know. I thought that was so empowering to hear that from you, because, you know, my process was really short, but for some reason, I really did. Yeah, I felt it felt like.
Yeah, and he's been coming.
Normally, I'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? But like,
I would
no, he's like a little pumpkin. Like, he's so
really sweet.
He's very sweet, and he
has like a really good energy.
Very respectful, and just like I've rarely like they're punishments. Honestly, it's me being like, okay, I could let that go, but no, I'm not. I ain't letting shit go. So he's very, so far it's been like, wow. Like, and I the conversation to me was intense the first week, and then the second week it got a little bit more intense, and I'm noticing like the more and more it's like we're getting deeper and deeper. Like, we're having lunch tomorrow, and I was like, well, this is going to be interesting because it's outside of here. And he was like, well, what's the protocol? And I was like, I was like, there'll be tasks. And then I was like, I think the fun thing would is be like really discreet with it. So I was thinking, I have these little cuffs, and they have a thing on them. So I'm gonna make, as soon as I come, I'm gonna cuff him to me and make him sit next to me.
Shit. He's probably like, okay. You're like, you don't have to cuff him. He's like,
I know. And then
you should like put it on your belt loop if you have one. Just like,
and I do have one.
that would be fun.
That would be so fun. We're talking about doing forest play. Ooh. And she showed me a picture, and I was like, what? You did it? So let's talk about that. That was interesting, because I going to the forest,
going outside.
Wait, where is there a forest? First of all,
it's not a forest. I do a lot of hiking.
Wait, I need like not a lot of ticks and trails.
Oh God.
Ticks and trails.
I mean, there's gonna be bugs. There's gonna be beetles. There's gonna be like all kind of flying shit.
I'm alright with beetles.
Yeah.
No spiders.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're there. There's snakes. There's a lot of shit out there. I love hiking, so it's a lot of shit, but I just have this.
You don't really pay attention to it when you're out there, though.
So let's talk about
yours. Is there a trail?
Yeah, there's trails.
Okay.
So let's talk about that. You went. So how did that work out?
If you're gonna do outside stuff, you have to go somewhere isolated where there's no public, obviously, because they're non-consenting. So we just went really, really early to a desolate trail and hiked pretty far, and took a couple pictures, and that was it. He just wore his diaper the whole time.
Oh,
so I diapered him in his car, and then he wore it, and he used it.
He wore it up the whole hike.
Yes, the whole hike.
No shirt, just the diaper.
No. His clothes, obviously, because again, it's a semi-public trail, so just in case anybody comes,
I
would definitely be respectful.
Yes, I love that.
So under his hiking stuff, he had his diaper. I had him use it, and then I changed him again when we got in the car. And it was so fun. It's so squishy and funny to watch them walk. So yeah, it was great. It was a nice little 4-mile hike. It was fun.
Oh yeah,
that sounds awesome.
That does sound awesome. I was hiking last week, and I pulled out my phone, and I was like on my Goddess Aroya page, and I was like, how would it be for you to submit to me outside? And then later on I got DM like, yes. Like, I would love to do that. And I was like, how could we do it? And then here she comes with the picture like, I did this. I was like,
that's the
so
one.
That's going to be that early morning like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I see. This shit is crazy. I'm getting the tickles and the...
There's so many private places, especially if you go on the coast. Like, just drive up and down the coast as far as you can. I think the highway's broken on Big Sur again. But there's a lot of just empty places out there. Just super empty. Right on the beach. Gorgeous pictures.
I live on the ridge of a mountain.
We'll go to the water.
Oh, you
and there's so many little hidden spots. When you were saying it earlier, I was like, ooh, I know some spots. And I was like, well, that's kind of far for that person. But now I'm like,
You have a
shit.
piece of hair that's about to go in your eye.
Okay, thank you. You just yank it off and pull it. I
won't
even feel it.
Like, oh no, I'm gonna poke you in the face.
Pull it off my face. But yeah, so that's how you guys, like, how you traveled. So I want to talk about that, because being outdoors, of course, is interesting to me. But like traveling, have you had to travel and do like an outdoor scene? Or
I've never done one when I'm traveling, because honestly, you're a novelty sort of when you're traveling. So you book up a lot depending on like where you go. If you get the right spot, you'll book up a lot, and honestly, you don't have time.
Really? So when you book out of town, do you like get a hotel room and then you're like, okay, from 6 to 9 I'm here?
Kind of. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Kind of.
It's called touring.
Yeah, I like, so in Philly, for whatever reason, and I know like I'm comfortable in Philly, you know, there's like one dungeon, I believe, and like I really want to check it out, like I just haven't seen it, but there's not a lot of doms. Like if you go on like whatever the equivalent to Eris is now, like Trist or whatever, and you look, there's not going to be like a lot of doms. So literally, like I would book from 6 to 6 for like 3 days straight, and then I go home.
Wow.
I just had a sub message me on Twitter asking how to help him find doms in another state, because they're so.
Do you know what the state is?
In Colorado.
I don't know.
That's not normal.
Yeah, he's like, it's so hard. I'm like, you need to go here, here, and here. He's like, thanks.
Yeah.
That's so
Or fly me
interesting.
out.
Have you traveled?
No.
Do you don't travel?
Not yet. I might in the future. It just, I have a temper, and these motherfuckers tend to be disrespectful.
I know. What about you? No,
not yet.
Have you ever had like a play session, like someone that you know for a while is like, oh, just come to my house?
I've had people ask. I went and did like a splashing hotel session, like actually after that whole debacle at the other studio. But I was with Mistress Stella. I think that's her name.
Is it the same dude?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same dude,
I was about to say, I was like, what the fuck?
And then I brought my friend. Do you remember Isaac? He was like the super tall but like young.
I know Isaac, right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. God, I keep forgetting about that. But I brought him and like said that he was like my bodyguard sub. So he was like there.
Bodyguard.
But yeah, I mean, like he's like super tall, so you just like, I mean, anyone super tall looks kind of intimidating. But yeah, that's the only time I've really like gone out of like the city or something that I was in, like made like an effort or made someone drive me to like, you know. But yeah, no, I haven't traveled yet. Although if it works out and someone like gets their shit together, maybe we'll be traveling, right? In that plane. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Wait, you take a plane there?
Well, because remember he was like, oh, look at my plane yesterday.
Oh, what's his face? Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you later.
I don't know if he was.
But no, he's pretty sure.
Okay.
That's actually his plane. Yeah.
Oh wow.
And that's you?
No, that's her. But I'm her.
He's coming tonight.
And I'm gonna. He is?
Yeah. Oh, I said that to you earlier.
Oh. I don't know. He's not reading my
That's
messages.
okay. I don't know if you're like hearing me or no.
Oh no. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, that's the whole thing. But would you travel?
Yeah, I would if it was funded. Obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Like it would have to be like I put on my Trista. It's like $5K
minimum. I would
I
say.
mean,
travel? Like to fucking travel? Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Like I gotta get a dog sitter.
to consider.
Yeah, that's I gotta set up a whole lot of shit to get out of there.
Well, no, they've got to do everything. Like the five. Like I would
no,
say
like everything.
To
Not saying
consider.
there's a fucking house.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I have an extra. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how many
and it needs to
extra
be
rooms
up
you got.
front.
Like,
I need up front. I need half up front.
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
of course.
subs travel here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's different.
That's different. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Like that's really cool because there's not a lot, especially if there's no doms in their area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you dislike?
Yes.
There are.
Yeah. Well, some people
But they won't
like
choose.
to travel.
Right. They won't choose.
Yeah.
That's okay. Won't
Some people like to travel
long as they won't
outside of
find
like
me.
their community though.
So even when I got to London, I did a session like as soon as I landed with like my bags and
Oh,
everything.
yeah. Oh, wow.
And I was like planning on doing sessions.
Yeah.
Wait, did you book it right when you got off the plane? Like, hey,
No. So he had like hit me up. Just I don't know. I don't think I even said I was going to London, but he had hit me up like maybe a week or so before I was going, and he was like, oh, do you ever visit London, you know? And I was like fighting with my cousin. I was like, fuck this bitch. I want to spend like as little time with her as possible. Like, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I'm going to be there and this and that, you know? And he was like, oh, okay, like I'm leaving London the day, like literally, like when I was coming, he had like an hour and then he had to be on his to the airport, right?
Whoa.
And he's like, can you just come with all your bags and like do a session? And I was like, all right, it's extra. And he was like, okay.
Yeah, it's extra.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got me an Uber from the airport to his spot, and then from his spot to my hotel.
The term, if they wanted to, they would in this industry.
Yes,
they will.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Which, by the way, my cousin, because I was trying to get you guys in contact, but like he was here in the States at the time.
Oh,
he
yeah,
was
that's
like,
right.
That's where she's staying? Damn, what does she do? And I was like, she's hot. Like, I don't know what to do. But no, he was like,
I was only saying there because my stupid ass fucking cousin.
Yeah, no, I remember, but he was just funny. He's like, damn, like he was like, I would never even pay for that.
You know, the door guy like knew the whole fucking all the tea.
Really?
Because I was like bullshitting with him. Like, he was really fucking cool. He's really fucking hot too, and I really like accents, right?
Girl, yeah.
And so I was like bullshitting with him, and he was like, oh, what are you doing here? And he was like, oh, the Kardashians stayed here. And I was like, first of all, I didn't even want to fucking book this spot. I was like, my cousin like basically made me and then like fucked me over, you know?
Oh, and left you there by yourself. That's right. That's right.
And so I was like, I don't know if I told you guys this. So I fucking basically, it was so crazy because she owed me money, but I basically sent her money so she'd shut the fuck up before I left to go to London, right? Because she was going to ruin my friend's birthday 100%, right?
Aww.
So I was like, dude, I'm going to send you $1,000. I don't, like, whatever. Like, I don't even know if I said anything else. Thank you. And, so anyways, like, I'm on the plane, and first of all, let me tell you, the flight there and the flight home, I had the whole aisle to myself, right?
I saw that, yeah.
And on the way there, I was like, this is kind of evil, but I don't care. But I was like, okay, and I was like, universe, I was like, please, because she gets like really like, this is so evil, but I was like, please let someone ask if she's my mother, right?
Hilarious.
Check it out, right? So the first night that she gets in, she wants to like meet up and like apologize because basically her mother made her, right? And I was like, all right. So we go to this little spot and we get food, and I go to the bathroom and I come out of the bathroom and she's all pissy, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? And she's like, she's like, the waiter just asked if my daughter wanted anything, right? And I'm like, I'm like, thank you, universe. And then the next night it happened again at the bar. And my boy was like, the guy whose birthday it was, because he knew the whole situation, right?
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Like, he's like, that's karma. And I was like, I fucking asked the universe for this.
I never provided it twice.
And the universe is like, yes.
Yes, girl.
I got your back.
That's crazy. Oh
so,
my God.
you know, I think it's great that we can chat about, like, all the things that happen and, like, traveling and shit. What about aftercare for yourself? How do you give yourself aftercare, like, without the saging? Like, do you take yourself, after doing all of this work, after the end of the month? Because I know you guys work a lot, and I'm really trying to get to that point. So I'm really, really learning from each one of you guys. So when it comes to aftercare, what are some of the like special things that you do for yourself?
Oh, spa day, girl. Shit.
I heard that.
Go to the spa. You relax. You just focus on yourself. I do a lot of self-dating. I thoroughly am addicted to being alone, so...
Yes.
Yes, I know. Story of my life.
Scoot over here a little bit more. There you go.
Good?
So
Yep, we're good.
Big self-date day, big spa day. You just kind of chill.
That's nice.
That's good. What about you?
So I don't know, like after like a bunch of time, or like after like, I mean, I just like my cuddles, you know what I mean? Like I just like want to like not think, like I think that's also why sometimes like I'll be like gone from like Twitter for a while, because then I'm like, I don't want to like be around anything or anything like that. But like literally like of like other than cuddles and like, you know, like just being out of the space, girl. I do like to count the stacks. Like I'm not gonna lie, because
I'm trying to get there with y'all.
I mean, and like honestly, some of that comes from like even like the personal training and stuff. I don't care, I'll lump that shit together. But it's just like, it's nice because then it's like, okay, I've been doing all this work, now I'm commuting, right? And then, but it's worth it because now I'm like, oh, now I can start saving, and now I can like pay this off, and like now I'm not like as stressed. So in some ways it's like a nice reminder to be like, okay, yeah,
keep going,
you're working,
yeah, you're doing good,
yeah, because I don't like people like touching me, so I don't like do the spa.
Fucking I'm weird like that too.
It took Kevin like months to start like massaging me, because I didn't like it.
You don't like physical touch?
I didn't like it prior because I didn't trust people behind me. You know what I mean? Because like
that's interesting.
Well, because like my ex was like crazy, so like I don't like
You didn't know what they were gonna do, so you
I knew what they were gonna do. I don't like want anyone behind me. So so maybe one day a spa, right? But also I think because I know how to like trigger point and stuff. Like when I feel someone's not like doing it correctly, I'm like, oh, why am I paying you? You know, like get off of me. So I don't know.
I feel you with that.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about getting my nails done.
Oh,
really?
Why am I paying you to do this?
Forget it. Move.
I'll do it.
I didn't think about like I should have thought about messaging you because I gotta.
Fine. Anytime I can bring my stuff here.
What about you?
Make a video.
Aftercare? Honestly, I just like try and like, this sounds stupid, but whatever. Maybe I should do more aftercare. But minus the sage shit, like I just very much am like, okay, I go to my trainer twice a week, I go to my chiro twice a week, but like whenever I'm at the gym, I'm like, that's me time. Like I don't want people talking to me. I don't want to answer anybody's fucking questions. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's aftercare.
Yeah.
That is.
It might
really
be like
is.
way after, but yeah.
Well, no, but your routine is a part of self-care.
Yes.
I have my workout routine, my dance classes and all of that, but I don't consider that aftercare for this job.
Right, but it's self-care.
Yes.
It's
I
definitely
do a lot of
self-care.
self-care.
Yeah, it's self-care.
As you should.
Yeah. You know what helps me actually is when I'm driving home at night, like I'll actually call him a lot and like and like
Let me fix this right.
just like we'll just like talk up like bullshit or like talk about the day, like if you were here, and like that really helps like my mind wrap around it.
You know, truthfully, like if I need like aftercare, what I really need is to be alone.
Yes.
So that's what I do.
Yes. Yeah.
Like I like if I can't be answering my phone, then that's just it is what it is. Like you know,
totally. Yeah.
I'm really starting to notice how much I really need that alone time.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's hard to get that.
A lot.
It becomes addicting.
It does. It's hard to get it sometimes.
There's so much peace
moving
in it.
All right.
You know, like when other people come in, I'm like, you're disrupting my fucking peace.
Exactly.
You start to go, why are you here? Like
I know, and I like
right now
have the tendency to like verbalize that out loud. Like, you know what I mean?
And you know, I still live with my daughter and her boyfriend, and so sometimes it is
a lot.
It's a lot for me for them not to understand, because I'm not her boyfriend probably knows, but he doesn't really like know
like that.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I'm home and I'm like, I'm not cooking.
Yeah.
And that, like they really do expect a lot of me. So I do it. That's I guess why it's wonderful to have subs when it's like I've never had help.
But you have to implement that in all areas of your life, including with your kids.
I know, and this is making me be more assertive with that.
Yeah.
It has given me a sense of like, in every area, because I'm a leader in a lot of areas. I'm a president of this situation that's kind of removed from here, and there I have to be super assertive, and it's just given me like 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 we have a meeting today, like if it's not it's really changed me when that comes to that. Now when I was washing dishes the other day and I was cooking and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Why the fuck am I tired? And then I said, you know what? I just dropped the shit and I was like, I'm gonna need you guys to finish this. I'm gonna go lay down. And I just went and lay down. And usually I'm always like, can you do this with me, please? You know, like it's a request. But it's like, hold up. What I'm gonna need from you, for me to keep doing the shit I'm doing for you, is this.
So you
and I'm out.
I saw that when you were doing my hair, I think, because it was late. I remember like going out and being like, no, like you spent a lot of time on my shit, right?
Yeah.
And it was like kind of last minute. And I remember, I think your daughter was like, oh, like what's for dinner? I didn't think you were like, I don't know. And I was just like, good for you. Yeah, because it wasn't like I don't give a fuck, but it was just like, I know that you take so much on that it's like, I've even told you, I'm like, girl, it's okay. Like let other people like do other things. So that was like really nice to see.
I think that's something that we need. We as women, we need this side of us, and I think society has pushed us to a place where it's like, well, some of us are falling to it. I've never I really have. I can honestly say I have. I've been smushed into so many different places and mushed myself, like allowed myself to be molded into those places. And so now feeling that empowerment and feeling like, oh, you know what, I'm not going to take that. Yeah, or I don't have to do this, or fuck this, we're not doing it. Fuck it.
There's a difference. Are you sure it's been molded in, or have you just always been told that you're wrong when you are being assertive?
Oh. No, there's always been a pushback when I'm assertive.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well,
I've been I was with dominant
this person. You've just been pushed back from society,
always.
And that's made you want to But now you're at a point where you're like, all right, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Like this community and like being in this role really teaches you that, and like what you guys were saying, which is like, oh, like what are you doing here, right? I think like I really learned that from here as well. Just like if you come over and I feel more drained when you leave, then like
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, but like, I learned that from here.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like if
people come to my house, I'm putting them to fucking work. Like I'm serious. I'm like
you want to chill with me?
So straight up, I'm just like I'm like chilling with my dog.
Oh yeah.
But if you want to come over, fine. But like there's dishes. Like I swear.
Right. Like I'm not cleaning up.
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything.
Yeah. Oh,
I love that people.
He cleans up when he comes over.
Yeah, no, she's very
similar.
similar.
Because he tried to bitch about it one time. I was like, if you got a problem with it, then fucking fix it. Like I'm like doing shit all day. Don't fucking tell me about it.
Yeah.
Like
clean it up, motherfucker.
Why are you coming to my house complaining? Then go to your own fucking house and complain.
Matter of fact, my house. The fuck out. I love it.
Exactly. No, I love it though because like the times like I do crash, like it's so like the one time I thought people were being murdered downstairs.
Oh shit, that shit was fucking crazy though.
Yeah, that was too much.
That was like a fucking table saw or whatever.
What was happening? Oh, what?
Or like a seesaw or whatever the fuck's going on.
They were sawing bodies in half?
No.
That's what you were thought.
I did. I stopped watching murder documentaries for like a
Dude, she wakes me up. She wakes me up. Like, I'm like, knock the fuck out. And she's like, there's something going on downstairs. I'm like, what? And she's like, I think they killed somebody else. Like, no. You know, I was like, I think it's like cool, you know? And she's like, no, for real. But then I go in the office with her, and it's like
ears are on the floor,
like that. And I was like, dude, what else are they sawing like that at this time of night?
It wasn't the pipes. I'm telling you that.
Oh my God,
it was not the pipes.
Right,
it was a saw.
Yeah, no, that shit was scary.
But that kind of saw.
Yeah,
like where there's two
saw.
people.
Yeah. It was real. She was there. So like kind of alright,
so her and I ate some like chocolate and we're like chilling or whatever and watching this really weird movie.
That's what it was.
So I can't remember what it was called, but like so like the opening scene, so I'm kind of like whatever, she's kind of like whatever, right? And so the opening scene, the main character, he looks in a puddle and the reflection back, she goes, oh my God, is that Nicolas Cage, right? And I start laughing. I'm like, no, there's no fucking way. I think we're fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, but it did look like Nicolas Cage,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Okay. Dude, the whole movie was like that. Like, one minute it was like Jude Law, and then it was Heath Ledger, Jude Law, and then it was fucking...
It was
like
Johnny Depp.
We're on
Cool as fuck, but yeah, but no,
that movie
I am
crazy. It was,
they were all in that movie?
They were all in it. Like, every time
for 1 minute?
looked in...
Like, multiple personalities?
What movie was the fuck?
It was like a dream.
It was called...
that's
Dr. Parithium's something Emporium or some bullshit.
Yep, and that's exactly what that's the face I made for that movie.
But I liked it.
But no, at the beginning of that movie, and I remember checking the time because I was like, what fucking time? Because I got to your place because Kevin made me go and watch that fucking movie that was really, really long.
Oh, that's right.
And I was like
I had
it was so
late. And you were like, you dodged it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember I was like, oh, I'll be at your place at like 8, and it was like 9:30 when I got there. And we chilled for a little bit, I showered, we put a movie on, and then there was a fucking knock at the door. And it was really late, and like where she
was after 10, 100%.
It was 10:32.
Was it?
Yeah, because I left.
Who was it?
It was someone from downstairs. Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah,
I didn't see
it was somebody that was trying to act like they were maintenance. Was my opinion. Because for a minute I was like thinking like in my head, I was like, is this dude maintenance? But he had a lighter in his hand that he kept flicking, right?
What? The fuck?
You didn't tell me that.
Well, no, that was an important detail. I know, but like, yeah, I guess like in retrospect, but.
What the fuck happened?
So anyways, so he knocks on the door when we're watching a movie, and I was like, we were both like, dude, what the fuck? Like, who is that? You know? So whatever. So I answer the door, and the guy's like, hey, what did he say? Okay, so look, we're downstairs, like, doing some kind of work or something.
Yeah, there's a problem with the pipes.
Yeah, there's a problem with the pipes. Can you not run your kitchen sink? And I'm like, that's cool, no problem. Like, you know what I mean? But I was like, that's weird. Like, it's
at
like
10 o'clock. Yeah. When the fuck are you?
And then that was probably the G downstairs sawing bodies
right underneath. It was right underneath. And it wasn't for like 30 minutes. It was for a long, because I was like,
you guys,
the movie was long as shit, and then I went lay down, and I was like, it took me forever to figure it out, and then it took me forever because I think I texted you.
Oh, you did? It's probably knocked out.
Yeah, and then I was like, I can't now get the image out of my head, so that I like ran to her room and was like, help me.
Yeah, and this is murder, the real life,
and it went on for hours. It went on for like a couple hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I remember.
So did you see them pulling a black bag or a box the next day?
No, I had to leave really
one
early.
At a time.
Okay, I had Ken the next day, but I left like early. I had to be here at like 9.
But you wanted to go knock on the door, didn't you?
Oh, I did see that there was a mattress in the dumpster.
Yeah, you told me that.
And it probably had blood on it. You didn't even investigate. You were supposed to do the full fucking investigation of Sherlock Holmes, girl.
No, I like to know like that the murderer is like dead and like in prison. I don't need to be looking more.
Get him off the street.
I know.
You guys want to hear something crazy real quick? Like, side note, because it reminded me of that. All right, so when we were in Salem, I think I told you guys there was that weird Uber guy,
yes.
right? Long story short, there's this Uber driver, and he wanted to use our restroom, and I was like, no, we're not comfortable, blah, blah, and it turned into this whole weird thing, but I'll just, like, keep it at that, right? So, that night, I go to bed, and they were hearing shit downstairs. So, anyways, I'm knocked the fuck out. Like, I'm all the way knocked out, because, like, my sleep thing is like all fucked up, right? Because it's like a 3-hour difference, but I only have 3 days to figure out that 3-hour difference, right? So anyways, I'm like knocked the fuck out, and my girl Frankie like busts into my fucking room, and I'm fucking like totally sleeping. I'm completely sleeping because I took like a Xanax or whatever the fuck I took to like get like sort of in a rhythm. And she's like, come on, like literally grabbing me by my shoulders, and I was like, what the fuck, you know? And she's like, hurry, and she like drags me into the room, and we had all eaten the same kind of gummies that day, right? So it drags me in my room, and I was just laying in dead sleep, and I was like, dude, what the fuck is going on? Hands me a fucking butcher knife. I swear to God.
Oh, fuck, what the fuck? You got the wildest fucking stories.
What gummies are we talking about?
Like fungus gummies.
Got
it. So like, yeah, dude, it was fucking crazy. Anyway, we had to call the cops. We're in Salem. Didn't I tell you guys this? We had to call the cops the first time because the Uber driver was all fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Basically, the Uber driver, he's asking my girl, who's really fucked up, in the front seat to use the bathroom, and I'm in the back not paying attention to somebody, like, the other girl nudges me, and I was like, what? And I was like, and then I, like, tuned in, and I was like, oh, no, we're not comfortable with that, sorry, right? So me and my girl Frankie were both in the car still, like, I was half out, she was half out in the front. Or not in the front, but on the side. But he fucking hits the gas while we're still, because he got pissed. I said no, right? So we had to go hide behind someone's house, and they were asking me, they were like, because I was like, no, I'll fucking kill him. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And so they're like, okay, and they're like, should we call the cops? And I was like, no, they're not going to do anything. Like, just fucking, you know? And then finally, like, we saw his lights back up. We heard his door close, and I was like, fuck it, call the cops. Like, you know what I mean? And they showed up, Salem, Massachusetts. You guys showed up in like 5 minutes, like under 5 fucking minutes. I swear to God. I thought it was his headlights when I realized it was the cops coming. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, wow.
So he was a fucking, really fucking weird. And it
was
like,
he was a weirdo.
The Uber dude?
Yeah,
that was like a really weird. He got mad. So basically, when I got in the Uber, I said, hey, I was like, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Because I was all like, you know, and I just like left the graveyard at Salem on like the midnight, like full moon before fucking Halloween.
You're high
as shit. I'm on it. Like, let's go.
You high as shit. Yeah.
And I jump in the car and I'm like, hey, what's going on? Da da da. And I'm like, where are you from? And he said something, and what I thought he said was Palestine, and I had questions, right? And I was like, wait, where? And he goes, Afghanistan, but he says it like real short, like to the point, like didn't want to talk anymore. And I was like, fuck it, who cares? You know what I mean? But then when we pulled up to the Airbnb.
So did he come to your room?
He didn't come to our room, but he like sat out there for a minute, right? And then we heard the door when we heard the door close, I was like, call the cops, like, you know what I mean?
Oh shit. Oh, wow.
Oh, he was like, he pulled off with us in the car, and then when we jumped, we had to like jump out, hide behind someone else's house, and then he like, we saw him back up, and then we heard the door close, and then I was like, finally, like, fuck it, call him, you know?
Oh shit.
So wait, why'd you get pass the butcher knife the next night?
Oh, because so they thought I don't know, they were tripping. Like they were like they think that there was a ghost down there, and I'm like maybe it could have been
the butcher knife going there?
Oh, because they thought it was the dude. So going on downstairs, and I was sleeping in like a separate room because I like if I have the option, I'm gonna sleep by myself, right? Mm-hmm. So they were all like cuddled up in the big room, and I was like whatever. And so they heard shit downstairs, so they came in. Frankie came in and grabbed me because she thought there was some shit, and I had to literally sit there with a butcher knife for like 5 minutes, and then I was like, all right, where are the cops? Because I already called them, and I was like, well, where are they? Like, da-da-da. And they didn't find anybody.
Oh, okay.
I think they were tripping, but yeah.
Whoa.
Yo, y'all was gonna cut that motherfucker with a butcher knife anyway.
And she, like, pulls me by my shoulders, and she's like, get up! And I'm like, ah!
Oh my god, so this is why we don't let people into our houses.
Yeah, long story short.
You know, that's funny. Okay, I was watching, I don't know why. I went back and watched shit on Netflix called Bonding.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
And so you know the where she has Rolf, and Rolf is her like house slave, and then he like comes out to meet her at the club when she's going on her date with her boyfriend. And he's like, I will fight for your love.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That part. I was like, that's the thing, because I had someone call me last week and they were like, oh, I want to be a service sub, and I was like, oh. I don't know you. Like, what the fuck? I don't know you. Like, wow. I wouldn't even consider that shit. You can't come to my house. No.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's still like, how do you feel about that? Do you, because you have.
I do, but like, first of all, they've had to see me like a bunch of times. Yeah. Like, I have to have some sort of a relationship with them already. And I'll start with being shit like, okay, we need this many pee pads, and we need paper towels, and we need soda, and we need this and that, and like put it outside of the door of the dungeon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then if they do, then I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah. Like, you know, like I'll let them, but they've already been my client for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. How long was your process with?
Super quick, because like I said, like so he came from Iron Gate too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And like I had already known him pretty well, and he was like the second session, like real session I had ever done. Mm-hmm. And he's just so sweet. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like yours. Like I'm like, oh my god, like same thing. I was just like, his vibe's good, and he's like such a little puppy.
That's
like he's so sweet. Like, you know?
I see that.
That's how it all happens. Honestly, that's how the best dynamics happens, and just it's a matter of making sure boundaries are instilled in it.
Yeah, you have to be really strong in your boundaries.
Yeah. And that's I think that's the best thing. Like, I've been moving into like my regular personal relationships, setting boundaries has been something that I think I lacked years before. And then moving into this age now, like my boundaries were set, and when as soon as they were crossed, it was like, oh, I'm out.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here. Yeah. And now having like a contract and understanding like, look, we're gonna have a conversation, but if you don't fucking do this, that's it.
Yeah. And you show me your contract. It's like simple. Mm-hmm. You know, those are like baseline.
We've added more to it. Yeah.
As you should. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, those are like basic, you know, like respect, you know?
Yeah. But it's good to like implement that in like real life too. Like I think my boundaries are like too strong sometimes. But
I think that's a good thing, because you weed out a lot of fuckheads for
that's
with that shit, you know?
He's always like my backup call. I'll like text him and I'll be like, dude, in 20 minutes, I need you to call me and say that there's an emergency.
Really? Do you do that test to everyone?
It's not necessarily. It's just like if I get a vibe off of them. Like the one dude I wanted out of my fucking house like ASAP. I just got like a weird vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. It just fucking weirded me out, and I was like, he's got to go like now.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jim, call me right now. You know.
And then you were like, what did you say?
And then
what did Jim say?
So
oh my god, there's a fire at the
something like that. So right before, like as I was probably texting him, I was like, I was like laying the fucking groundwork. Like, I probably have to go back to work. He's like, oh, I really wanted to hang out, and he brought all these shrooms and like blah blah blah.
Hell no.
Whatever, you know.
That's
and I was
red
like,
flag.
Well, normally I'm like down, right?
A whole lot of them, though?
Well, I'm not gonna take a whole lot of them. I fucking nibble on them, you know what I mean? But normally I'd be like, let's do it, you know? But there was just something about him I didn't like. It was just like fucking, I didn't
that's
like
your
it.
intuition.
Yeah, my intuition was like bothering me about it. So I was like texting him like, like say there's an emergency and this and that.
Yeah.
And so the guy was like so like, oh, like blah, 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 I can't believe you're leaving. And I was like, okay, I gotta go. Yeah. And he's like, oh, let me give you a kiss. And I was like, no. And so like, no, No, I did, because, like, you know how I like tall guys. He, like, fucking was like, like, what is it? And I was like, I gotta go. And then I had to fake to my car and shit. And I was like, oh my god, this is so annoying.
I have a code with, you met him, Tim. You know Tim.
Yes.
You met him too.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him once, and I can't believe he remembered, but I was like, if I send 3 bunny emojis, like 1, 2, 3, in one text, that means within 10 minutes I need you to call me. And, like, I needed it to one time ever in my life, because I've told, like, Lace this and, like, other people. I might have even told you this, but, and I actually used it on him, and he was so convincing that I was, like, running to my car, like, oh my god, I need to go and help him. And then I was like, but it was like, it was so effective.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I totally do that
good.
too. Like,
yeah, you need that.
Yeah.
You need that.
Like, you need an escape.
Yeah, no, he was
plan.
so cute. He's like, no, I knew, like, there was a time where I really was in a panic, and so I just, like, practiced.
Whoa,
I like that.
Jim was pretty good. I gotta give it to him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I was like, what's happening? I'll be right there. Like,
You're Wonder Woman. I gotta put my suit on. Gotta go. Save the world.
Quick break, because I gotta go.
He still texts me here and there, and I've never answered him since that day.
Oh my gosh.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, he must have been. He must have been a weirdo for real, though.
I know.
He must have been a real weirdo.
Like, it's not like a consistent thing, but every so often we would be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Dude, no." Like, no.
Well, I
And
mean,
he's hot. It wasn't that.
Kayla's I said no.
but your intuition, like in this business, I feel like your intuition has to be like on.
Yes.
So do your boundaries. So your boundaries, you had said that sometimes you feel like they're too strong, but that's the thing with boundaries is when you're so focused on putting yourself first that you don't get hurt, it tends to come across like that. But the thing is if you trust the universe, everything that's meant for you is supposed to be in your life is going to be in your life, right? So if somebody ever is like, well, I don't like this, it's because it doesn't work for them. Oh, sorry.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, bye.
I'm sorry. Like, unless I'm hurting you, my boundaries are not affecting you in a negative way.
Yeah,
that's right.
Like, dude,
It's
I'm not
as
doing
simple
anything
as
to you. If you don't want to, I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
You don't
I
want to check
feel
my
that.
debt.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't give a fuck how much money you give me. If you're gonna keep asking me, like, trying to eat my whatever the fuck,
yes.
you know what I mean?
I'm a notorious millionaire blocker.
See you.
Bye.
I block millionaires constantly, dude, for that reason, because they think because they have money that they can get more from you.
How
and
much? How much? I'm like,
good.
dude, if you don't get the fuck out of my face, like I told you 50 times, no much. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had one who literally, oh god, he was such a bad liar. Like, his manipulation tactics were so fucking shitty.
I hate that. That makes
They
it
were
worse.
so shitty. And I'm just like, oh yeah, sir, send me this much, send me this much. And I'm like, okay, by the way, you're a monster. Because the whole time, like, I went through the session with him and everything, and I knew what he wanted, but I'm gonna get my money, and you're not gonna get what you want.
Yeah.
But the whole time he's like, well, I've never cheated on my wife, and in the same breath he's like, I've had doms give me head and F me.
Well,
and I'm like,
No, you have not over here.
I'm like,
boo.
oh, okay, cool, the whole time. So after, I get all the money. So I still get money after the fact, because then he hired another sex worker and took her to the room that was in my name. Right? Because I never stay at the hotel. I guess. I don't know. You know where I'm at. That's a little too dangerous for me.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, I won't even sleep.
That's the first time ever that happened to me. And the reason that I found out is because I left my charger. And I had paid a cash deposit because it was a nicer area, and you have to pay a cash deposit in the nicer areas.
So he took her back to the room that was in your name?
Yes, but I had made him send me the deposit money, right? And I still went back to pick it up the next day.
I heard that.
And that's how I found out. I was like, shit, I left my charger. So I went in the room. And fucking trashed. The room was fucking trash. I was like, bro, I went off on him for like 2 weeks, got more money out of him, and then I was like, you're a monster. I was like, what you do is rape. Bottom line, trying to coerce women into sex or manipulate them into sex during a session is rape, just so you guys all know. And it's completely illegal, and we can press charges.
Well, how long was I doing
Yeah.
for?
Crazy.
What just happened?
I used to have
That's
this
crazy.
dude that would come see me at Mystique, right? Like my first spot, or what was the second one? So he'd be asking, he'd be like, oh, like, can I get a blowjob? And I'd be like, fuck no.
Right.
One of the other girls give me a blowjob, and I'm like, absolutely not, but I like wish you'd ask them because I'd like to watch. Like, you know what I mean? So one time, I'm doing a session with him, and he tries to pull his dick out, and he's like, will you give me a blowjob? I punched him so fucking hard in the dick, I never saw him again.
Good.
But I got my money for the session.
Do you guys have those guys where they call and they'll like you have a great conversation and then I think like so this is full service, right?
No.
Have you ever had that?
Oh no, I get like
not
I
until during the
used to.
session. Once they get to the beginning is when they usually ask me. They never ask up front because I'm like,
Oh,
no,
wow.
thank you. I'm good.
Yeah, no, I
I
used
never
to
even
all the
got that.
time, but that's why I'm like, all right, I need $50 right now.
I had
For betting.
one.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
most of
I'm
the
not
time-
getting into details with you. Like, send me a deposit.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
typically it's like,
But I'll tell them up front. Like, it's BDSM
yeah.
only. Da da da.
Yeah.
When I had one ask me at the end of the session if he could fuck me in the ass, and I was like,
What?
I was like, no. He was like, well, I'm not paying you anymore. I was like, get out. Get out.
Oh my
Like, what is wrong
god.
with you?
oh, okay, that's cool
I
then.
don't
What
talk
the
to him
fuck?
no more. Because, like, are you good? What do you think this
Oh
is?
wow.
And or I've had some try to book me from the clips, like all my recent clips. I've had quite a few recent, and one of the ones is like he's like, "Are you gonna get tested?" I'm like, "For what? You're asking me to do CBT. Why do I need to get tested? You want me to film CBT with you? What the fuck are you
Because they
talking
think
about?"
they can like negotiate down the fucking line.
Yeah, and I'm
Even
just
though
like,
you-
he's like, and then his response to that, which if you know anything about psychology, was it was extraordinarily manipulative, because his response is, oh well, I guess I'll work in an unsafe work environment. I'm cool with that.
Nobody
I was like,
gives
are
a
you
fuck.
kidding me?
Like, nobody
like,
fucking
I'm
cares.
good. I was like,
I'm
okay.
not doing this.
Like, no. And our job requires a lot of psychology. If you are not understanding of human behavior and just how manipulation tactics work, you will get raked in this industry, and you will
Yeah, and
You
it's,
really
I
will.
think that's why
It's
a lot
so
of people
dangerous.
like leave. You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah.
because they don't do the education behind what
Yeah.
we do, and that's
Yeah.
the problem. A lot of women come in. The other part of that is a lot of the industry is very gatekeepy and catty.
Yeah,
There's
agreed.
very few actual resources out there for new doms coming in, especially in the professional
Yes.
real-time side of things, who
Yeah.
need the education, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, because there's been even times here where I was like really like behind some newer girls, and then like after I would like be talking to people, I was like, why am I putting my neck out there for you? I was like, you're making me look bad. That's never happened with
No,
me.
no,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
And
of
it's
course,
I remember.
but like and I always tell you about it, and I
Yeah,
always like
no.
tell
Yeah.
you guys like right after. I'm like,
Yeah.
listen, like I'm not a complainer, but
And it should,
But-
it should be like that, especially in an establishment that is professional, where you can go to the owner of the establishment,
Yeah.
be like, hey, this is what's going on, and it be taken seriously, because this is not an industry where
That's
boundaries
always-
Yeah, and I
And
don't
and cattiness
want that
needs to be
though, either.
accepted.
yeah.
Yeah.
At all.
I
It's
think you
dangerous
guys-
for everybody.
Because sometimes you gotta explain it to people and be like, hey, look, like, this isn't, like, we're not in competition with each other. Like, and
Exactly.
it's, like, that's
Yeah.
a point that sometimes, like, you have to make a lot.
The-
And I get it, you know, but, like, for real, like, I could look exactly like you and still not be in competition to you. Like, you know what I mean?
There's so much money out there, it's ridiculous, and people get, it's getting it's never going to be oversaturated. Money is infinite. Money is an energy. As long as you believe it's there, it's going to find
It's
you.
gonna find you.
It'll find its way
It was
here,
more
yeah.
so like one of the girls was like, oh, because I asked, I was like, oh, how was your first like mini session? She's like, oh, well, like he didn't pay me, and I was like, and this is like right, and like I mean I love him, but he's like a little funny,
But,
right?
like, dude.
Right, so
yeah.
I like pull him to the side, and I was like, you know, she's new, like you can't be doing that. I was like, I'm gonna advocate for her, and he was like, no, we agreed at the beginning that like she was just gonna learn, and then he said it, and so I pulled them in front of each other, and I was like, so what is
That's what
going
you
on?
gotta
As you
Yeah,
should.
and then
Yeah.
she was
That's
like,
what I love about
as
you.
you
You know,
should.
you like, bitch.
well, when I
we-
actually get mad, I like legit
I know, I'm like, oh, fuck, like,
Yeah,
you
like,
mean
don't fuck with
business?
me.
I'm like, my head,
Yeah.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
But yeah, and then like so, and he said in front of her like, oh no, we agreed, right? And she was like, yeah, you're right. And I was
TikTok
like,
is asking
okay
you to
right now.
verify.
Thank you.
and like that was
you're
the last
human.
time.
Can I have water, though?
TikTok's asking you to
want the
confirm
cup?
that you're human.
Yeah,
We're
that was
not
the last
human.
time I, like,
None of us.
I like, really advocated for like a new.
As you should. As you should.
And I would never have gotten mad at you, but, like,
Yeah.
it's come
Well, and unfortunately, clients do come to our parties, and not just ours, many of the dungeon parties and stuff like that, for that exact reason. They know that there's going to be girls that are trying to learn, and they take advantage of that because they haven't learned their boundaries and negotiation skills.
the most advantage, like, when
you were brand
first
new.
started. Yeah.
I realize that now.
Like, I was,
Yeah.
like, really discouraged in the beginning because what's her face wasn't like a ton of help with that, you know?
No.
Yeah, and as long as you remember it is not you, it is 100% them. Just remember that, because they're gonna make you feel like garbage about yourself.
And you should tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
Yeah, because
I think
majority
that's
of
something
people
that
that come in like know how it works, and if they're a new person, like you know that they're new.
And you're always gonna have the price negotiators. There's always doms out there in their budget. Don't lower your prices for anybody.
Do it.
Like,
There's so many guys that straighten out through the parties. Like, they've been like, oh, well, I paid this much. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I just
like,
had
you know
one
what I
of
mean? Like,
those.
then go pay that much.
I just had one of
and
those.
enjoy what you paid
And
for. Like, you know?
He was like, Miss So-and-so only charges this much. I said, then wait for her to get back.
Yeah, dude.
I charge this
I don't
much,
give a
bro.
fuck. Especially with, like, certain, like, they'll be like, oh, well, blah, blah. Like, I get it cheaper. I love being like, okay, cool. Well, you get what you pay for.
Fact.
Like, I'm like, I'm fucking putting my blessing on that. Like, enjoy it, motherfucker.
And I'm out, motherfucker.
You know, my favorite is like when people like compare. You're like, oh well, so and so like did this with me, and I'm like, all right, cool. So then like, what do you want? And like, it's so funny because then they really, really fucking stop right after. Where I'm like, all right, we'll go and book
they
them.
like pay that fucking card.
Yeah.
So I won't say who it is, but there's somebody that'll come to the party sometimes who basically like when he first came in, I was like, oh, I recognize you from Iron Gate, this and that, da da da. And he was like, oh, okay, blah, blah. And so I'm like, all right, so, like, what are you into? And he's like, oh, I really, like, want to do some shit, right? Like, lick some, like, whatever the fuck. And I was like, it's not going to happen. You know? And so he was like, oh, well, I want to ask somebody else. And I was like, I'll give a fuck. You can ask whoever you want. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But, like,
It ain't happening, motherfucker. Like, some of them, but you know what?
Oh, I said that's not what we do here.
And I was like, oh, what the fuck? But, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same, like, with the old,
And they do that. They do that all the time. It's so unfortunate.
They like, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, they just be lying.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, so-and-so lets me lick her ass. And I'm like, cool.
They do.
No, you know what? I had somebody
right?
say that to me too. They were like, well, you know, so and so just usually just pull their panties to the side.
Ew.
Bruh.
No. This is not how this works. No, I don't need that. I'm good.
And not that there's anything wrong.
Exactly. I was gonna say,
There's nothing wrong with that.
But that's not my boundary. Is a no.
Exactly.
Right. I said no.
Boundaries, and you said
boundary.
no. It's fucking no. Like, it's not like try again later, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Right.
But
Exactly.
that just leads me to the other point. It's what I found it is the psychological reason behind it is because they want the dominant aspect of the situation, and rather than hiring a prostitute who does do full service to be that, they just come to us thinking that we'll provide full service.
Yeah,
Eventually, we'll just turn it
They
over.
can throw enough money, or they can whatever. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's never enough money. I'm not fucking
never.
any of you motherfuckers. Ever.
No.
It's never
My life
enough.
is not
Never.
worth it. Sorry.
It's not, because
But,
in the day you make, I mean,
upfront.
it is, you know, whoever makes that decision, that's up to you. That's fine. But that would be the day that they, all right, so you're under arrest. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the day
so
you make the
unfortunate.
decision, like, you know, I'm just going to get this extra.
Yeah, no, but like, I don't care who does what. Like, it's not my business. You know what I mean? And I like, more power to whatever makes you feel comfortable and you feel good in that. Like, I'm like, for real, like, I'm for it. Like,
as long as you're
and
comfortable.
I tell girls that come in when they're like, oh, I'm not comfortable, I'm like, then you shouldn't do it. Like not in a bad way, but like, if you're not like feeling like, oh, like, you know what I mean? If it's feeling bad
if it's not
to you,
feeling empowering
don't
to
fucking
you.
do that shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's never worth it.
We just had that
It's never-
conversation. We
Also-
just talked about that.
Sorry, since you are new. The other one that they love to use is, oh, I want to be 24/7 with you, and then they want to stop paying for anything. That's not how that works.
Yeah,
either.
no, yeah.
Just so you guys know.
No. We put that in the contract.
It doesn't
boo.
work like
If
that.
you ever ask me to
in
pay
the
for
contract, it's
anything,
definitely-
it's
shit's
over.
not
Like,
free.
you have to go.
It's
Yeah,
never
For
free.
real. Like, oh, well, like, I
have
got
to
your
do
fucking, I don't
something
give a
for
fuck
me.
how many paper towels you got.
Like,
Like, drop them off and leave. Like, what do you mean?
It costs more. 24/7 is
more
It's
expensive,
leaning
yeah.
into more. Like, I was adding shit up today, and I was like, God damn, girl.
Yeah, because you're paying for
shit. All right.
Yeah, yes, though.
Right,
It's like, should I pull back? I was like, no.
Like,
Because you said you
really
wanted to push your boundaries.
like that. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is
Like,
what the
it's
fuck
money.
it is. You gotta take
Like, you
care of
can't
me.
have a girlfriend without money. Like,
Right,
you also
exactly.
can't have a dom without fucking money. Like, it's part of the deal.
Exactly. It's a part of the deal. I'm learning how to like ease it in there, but it's like the requester like not meager. It's like, oh, my tryst needs to be paid. Like, I want to sign up for Slixa. Send me the money for Slixa.
They should
like,
be paying
that's what they should be paying for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's like the minimum that they should be fucking paying for.
Exactly. That's
the goal of the submissive is to ultimately help the dom grow and become as successful as possible. Because then in turn, she has more free time to spend with you. Mm-hmm. If you utilize what you have to grow her passive income and different sources of income and outlets from income, then you have more time to play, right? Yeah. So then why wouldn't you want to make that happen? And in return, the dom is supposed to help you grow your empire. The more money you make, the more you give her. And for whatever reason, that gets lost.
It does.
And it's unfortunate. And that's in every aspect of, like, not just financially. That means your boundaries, your mental health is so important. Mm-hmm. Your spiritual health, your physical health.
You need to keep your mental health, like,
it's a relationship.
For real, though.
Sure. Yeah.
It definitely is a relationship. You know, I guess I didn't really know that at first prior to this. But as I researched it, I definitely, before I was talking about collars, I researched it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's what this is. And you know, from the beginning, what did I say I wanted? Like, I've always said how I want to be able to deal with someone. And now being able to get that, I was like, oh, well, that's great. Because, and then funny is, like, we signed up on, I went on FetLife and I seen their site. And I was like, oh my God. I didn't know this person, but literally it lined up on the things that they wanted to experience and the things that I wanted to experience. So I was like, oh, I was like, there's no coincidences.
No.
There's no coincidences. And it's like, it's wonderful that, like, I am new, but I do feel like I've been here for a while.
Yeah, though.
Longer than I've actually been, and accepting and stepping into it. And I'm so glad that I've met people like you that are like, bitch, come on, bitch, come on. I don't know what you're right there. Come on, bitch, come on in.
I wish there were people more like us when I first started. There are doms out there that are teaching doms, but again, it's so gated, and it's just like, it makes you feel lost. It really does.
It does.
I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I was having my subs teach me shit because I was like, look,
which shout out to the teaching subs.
You
love that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, cause she, you know, like, to the wolves, like, you go, like, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, oh, well, like, there'd just be some things, like, hanging and stuff, where, like, I knew I was gonna fuck you up. Like, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, dude, I don't even know what to do here. Like, you know what I mean?
But good for you. Good for you for being honest. And as any dom coming into this industry, always be honest about your experience.
Yes, I think that's important.
That is exactly how it happens.
Because you could be like, I that's one thing. In the first couple of weeks, I was getting like all these weird requests, and I was like, "Well, bitch, you can get the money." But then I was like, "But I don't know what to do." And so when they certain things, I was like, "Well, what the fuck is that? I don't even know what that is." Like, and I would text her, and I'd be like, "Oh, hell no, I don't do that." You know, like, I just didn't know. I was like, you know what? Don't sit here and try to, like, learn this shit on the fly, bitch. Go online and educate yourself.
That's what I had to do. They'd be like, "Oh, you're into like NT or something," and I'd be like, oh, BDSM NT, like, what the fuck is that? And I'd be like, oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. But not only that, a lot of people don't know that there's actually dungeons out there that do teach classes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And you just, the tickets are fairly decently priced, so it fits in everybody's budget. Mm-hmm. Hands-on stuff is the best way to learn, and if you're
I'll be teaching classes soon, so if you guys want to, like, come fucking join.
And then also
we have other classes.
We have a photo class coming up.
So we have June. A fetish photography class. Like, I think it's June 22nd.
No, I thought it was June 5th.
No, June 22nd.
22nd.
Is it? Because you told me it was April 22nd, and so I remember.
Okay, so June 22nd.
So it's great to learn, like, in, like, hands-on, like, real fetish photography. He's not really looking for people that are, like, intermediate level.
Yeah.
But, like, kind of, like,
more advanced.
a little bit more advanced. Because you guys need to know he's amazing. You guys need to know your cameras and stuff. But he's teaching, his name's Steven Sanders. He's really fucking great. Mm-hmm. And he did all our shit. Mm-hmm. And he's teaching, like, a fetish photography class. Sandler. What did I say?
Yeah, Sanders. It's okay.
Whatever you said.
Sandler.
Steven. Oh shit, yeah, that's fine.
I don't know why Adam Sandler just
no, because he always says like Adam Sandler.
That's why. That's probably why.
But yeah, so we'll be doing that, and then
the pet play
June. I want to say it's 7th. I really want to say.
Okay,
pet play. A Friday. I think it's the 7th. It's at 7, and yeah, we're doing his name.
I don't want to say wrong.
Yeah, and he's like a professional pup, and he's doing like Pup 101, and that'll be really fun here.
Yeah.
That's
and
gonna
he
be
teaches
fun.
a lot of classes, so this is just like his first, or their first one. Yeah.
And I've been trying to introduce a submissive class, just like for submissive positions, and it's a workout class. So working on your quads and everything that supports you, your legs, your calves, everything, and
basically,
all your submissive
you'll be
poses.
subbing
So,
to
for sure. But I really have a workout. Like I really have a full plan for it. But I put it up as to be determined because there's a lot of things that I want to. I need to meet more people. You know, so I put it as to be determined so that we can kind of locate the people that are really looking to
DomCon will be great
to do
for
that. Yeah.
DomCon is going to be great for that.
Yeah, great opportunity.
And then, website wise, we are launching a few different things on the website. So I don't know if you guys know. You should know. But we're selling Goddess and Mistress scented panties.
Oh yeah.
No way, really?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
We are selling Goddess and Mistress scented panties on our website and new submissive candles. So they
which are freaking adorable. Oh my gosh,
yes,
they're so
are
cute.
Shibari wrapped candles.
I know I said
And then we have sweaters and we have stuff on there. So if you have not had a chance to check out our website, go to dominate.com, please, and like start purchasing shit.
Yeah, and you can purchase some like weird shit if you're into it.
Farts in a jar. We will fart into a jar.
But I've sold my garbage before.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I sold
where
my
you
old
sell
dog's
stuff as well.
poop before.
my God.
Most of the sites, like, actually you can, but oh gosh, I sent a whole list to the group. I would have to pull it up.
Yeah. And so she also
many
has
events,
product that she's selling. So we're gonna link that because obviously.
Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on. So please, if you can, go to dominate.com and submit today. We also will be introducing a few different things coming up in the summer. We were going to try to do a live in person sometime this summer. We've been growing our following, and we really want to meet some of you guys in person and get to know what your kinks are, and you can get to know ours, and maybe we can have a little playtime and get you over here to Venus and Belle. So look forward to that, and definitely Mistress LA, tell them where they can find you.
I am at LA's Playhouse on Twitter, and in Instagram it's l.a.mistress. That's all. That's good enough for now.
Yeah.
And you can find her. She's definitely wonderful at makeup and everything. I love your TikToks as well. You have some bomb TikToks, so check her out. Please add her. You know about the raffle already, so you have to add each and every one of us on Twitter and on TikTok. All right, so don't forget that. And do you have anything coming up, like besides the big born day?
No. I'll just be attending. I'm part of the photography class.
Yes.
Okay.
But no, I'm just like chilling, you know.
She's the model for the photography class. Don't let her downplay it. She's the model, which is freaking incredible.
But anyway, thank you. But no, I don't like being in front of a lot of people, so I'll definitely be here for like all the classes that are happening and like whatnot. But no, I don't have anything planned like that.
Reason for that.
Girl, I know.
You know, I wanted to say is I think that is so dope. Like when this whole situation came about in such a crazy way, and Sam, friend of mine, Odessa. Odessa really introduced me to just like a great opening, like for my lifestyle and just for just like friendships and stuff. But also, what I wanted you to know is that
What I do.
you have introduced a lot of people outside of here, like from our podcast that we did before.
Oh, cool.
She came onto my podcast, and she just, the first episode, I wanted to talk to her about doming, and the podcast episode went up. Right.
Nice.
And then a couple months later, I was like, "Hey, you need to come back on the show." And she came on the show, and the episode went up. And then later on in the year, I was like, "Hey, how about you just host it with me?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "What the fuck?" And so we did a fitness podcast for a whole year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And
It's like
then-
fitness with sex.
Fitness, right. And every time she'd be like, "So I would ask you a question," and it would be like sex oriented.
Yeah.
And we'd have so much more fun talking about the real things that are happening in our lives.
Yes.
And I had some people recently tell me, like, you know, I looked at some of your old podcast episodes, and girl, I didn't realize, like, that the first episode, one girl was like, from that episode, the kink that she's experienced since then, she was like, it was just opening to her.
Oh yeah.
That you were so open with it.
Cool.
And I think you being comfortable with that made me a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
Which in turn, you know, we met you.
Look at you changing lives.
And yeah, like literally, like it is. I wanted to just say that. I know you don't like getting a lot of praise and stuff, but like, I know she's like, but you have, like, you are responsible for a lot of things happening when it comes to this podcast, and when it comes to, like, my life too, my dear.
Well,
so I just want to thank you for that.
Look at this little cute family. Look how cute we are.
Yes.
But no, listen, my life has been fully changed, and like even more and more each day. So I'm really happy that like we are where we are. You know,
That's awesome.
Don't make my. I don't
glad that you're here.
know. I don't know why I just got tingly and teary.
To watch you guys grow.
Yeah, it's
grow.
been really cool to like be around women that really are happy about your changes and happy about things that are happening to you, and it's not catty, and it's not like
It's a soul
bitch is trying to steal my shit. You know, it's never like that. I never feel like that with you guys, and so I'm just happy to have that, and we're thankful for you guys just viewing us and you know, just being able to share this shit. Yeah. So fucking go on our Patreon and put some money down, motherfucker.
Now bitch.
Right, I said all that to say that. You know? Right. That's funny that you have that fucking penguin head, because I'm bonding last night. Remember they penguin outfits on?
They had a penguin outfit.
Yes, the full outfit like that. Oh my god, that's a good session right there.
That's funny.
You're gonna get sessions from this, you know. She knows what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
But
Never had subs dress up.
Huh?
How's your subs dress up? I should have subs.
Yeah, this actually I ordered this for a sub, but it was still in the plastic, and I was like, it's the only kind of pajamas that I might be able to obtain for today.
I like it. I really do. I really
cute.
like it.
That's cute.
But we've been on here like longer than we usually are, because we can really talk about this shit for fucking days.
Yeah.
So that means we gotta have you come back on again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you're here with us. You might as well come back on again.
Yeah,
and she's
anytime.
she expressed that she would help us moderate, because we don't know how to fucking talk to you guys on TikTok and do this shit at the same time. So we will have her moderating, helping us out. And this family is just growing. So bring your ass to a Venus and Belle's party, because you're missing out on
and if you
really good people.
tell us that you saw us on the podcast, we'll just comp the ticket.
Yeah, we'll comp the ticket.
Once.
One time. Come one time, you'll be comped.
But you got to put that towards sessions.
Exactly. And that means don't come in here broke, motherfucker.
Yeah,
one session and you're out. No, we're not doing that. We're gonna beat
and
your
then you
ass.
get like a reputation. Like, you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want that.
You don't want to be the broke. Nobody wants to be the broke guy.
We should also,
because we'll call your ass out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know that session prices at the parties
Like,
are different than normal prices. Just
They're
that needs to
way
be
cheaper than normal
clarified.
prices.
Yeah.
Way fucking
Because
cheaper.
some of y'all get it in your heads that that's what we charge other. No.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair
Don't
point.
get it twisted. The parties it's like a party. Hey, you get a
Like,
little
it's an intro.
sample.
Yeah.
But don't call me talking about, well, it was $30. No, it was never that.
Yeah, you
Never.
can think of it as
It
like
was
part of your
never
vetting.
that.
Because
Right.
if I meet someone at a party, I do not charge them for vetting, actually. Because I've met you in
'cause they
person.
vet it, yeah.
So think of it as like your vetting price, but in person, you know?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, but good point. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's not the same.
Not
so
the
don't get it
same.
twisted.
Not the same.
That needs to be clarified.
In fact, if
So
you
with
get it
that
twisted,
said-
I get
Educational
more.
reasons, TikTok.
Tits up. Tits up, and we're out of here. You know what I'm saying? We love you. Bye. Love y'all. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Elevate and Dommenate Podcast. We hope you enjoyed your time with us. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. Stay tuned every other week as we continue to unravel the mysteries of dominance and submission with a twist. Don't forget to follow us on social media for updates and share your thoughts using hashtag Elevate and DOMMENATE. Until next time, embrace your desires, explore the unknown, and always remember, power is meant to be shared.
What's going on, subbies? My name is Mistress Kayla, and I'm here to guide you through the unique and exquisite world of BDSM. Within the four walls of my sanctuary, Venus and Bells, fantasies come to life, and boundaries fade away. Whether you seek the thrill of the dungeon or the allure of captivating photography and videography, Venus and Bells is your haven. As your headmistress, I invite you to explore the depths of your imagination. Our photography studio captures moments that transcend time, turning desires into exquisite art. Book your session today and join me on a journey into the extraordinary. Venus and Bells Dungeon and Photography Studio. Elevate and dominate your senses and let the fun begin.